I thought it was super short, but to the point, and I liked how it showed the effect of taking drugs and what happens when a person does drugs.
My first initial thoughts of the film was that it was a sort of insight into what it's like to take drugs and experience recreational drug use.
My first initial thoughts after watching Absorb is that it went really quickly, like, but there was a lot going on, so I'm very confused as to why it went so quickly. It was good, but it was quite dark.
After watching Absorb, I found that it's like kind of did encourage me to do drugs, just because you see the beginning part when it's you take the drug and it's all laughing and everything feels good. So yeah, and because I don't do it often, obviously it's an excitement, I guess, when I know if I am going to do it.
I don't know if it's an influence, but it does glamorise drugs a bit, I'd say, because everyone's happy, they're having a good time, they don't look like in the gutter or anything. So I would say it makes you want to do drugs, if anything, but maybe that's because I've done drugs.
I think for our generation, the influences that we saw on television were probably series like Skins and Shameless, because Skins, it was based around our generation, so it was sort of like a promotion into being young and being reckless and going against everything else.
Yes, I do think it was necessary because there was nudity shown in the beginning of the film, and it might not be suitable for other viewers, like younger viewers.
I think the warning signs are necessary because you don't really know what audience you're going to attract, and because like drug use is illegal, so some people might be easily offended.
I think if you watched it on Netflix, there probably should be a warning of content, just because you can't control who's watching it. So young people could watch it, or like people who are influenced easily. So you probably should warn people about that.
I agree with, especially video on demand services like Netflix and YouTube, anything that's available, easily accessible to anyone. There should always be some sort of warning content, because it's not just about whether people are sensitive. It's sometimes, if people have there's their belief system. So I think it's really important.
Yeah, I think if it was a documentary, then people would be more inclined to see it as like a don't do this, or like don't act like this is wrong. It's like more factual to like inform people of what drugs does, and because this is experimental, it's quite artistic. So I think it's like you're looking at it for different reasons. You're not like looking at it to learn stuff or take anything from it. You could just like appreciate it for what it is.